Vice Chairman Canale?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to invite Father Rubin to the podium to lead us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, I pray for this council meeting tonight. Give the council members wisdom and guidance as they deliberate on the items before them. May every decision be righteous in your sight, for our benefit and for your glory. Jesus, you were born in a little town. You grew up under the authority of local leaders and officials who manage the majority of your daily life. We lift up our local leaders today. We pray for our mayor, city councils, county commissioners, police chiefs, judges, and all who serve our local communities. I pray for every leader in this city according to the book of Timothy, the mayor, the city council, and others in authority. I pray that they will rule justly and with godly wisdom. We ask these prayers through Christ our Lord.
Vice Chairman, Chairman-elect, Councilman Canale, you're recognized whenever you make your way to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Colleagues, it's an honor to introduce to you and thank my dear friend, Father Rubin, who is the pastor of Our Lady of Sorrows at 3700 Thomas Street in Councilwoman Dr. Easter Thomas District. I'm going to read this, and then I asked Father Rubin, since he is bilingual, he's going to say the prayer that he just prayed in Spanish. Greetings, be it hereby known that Father Rubin Villalan Rivera, in recognition of a life of exemplary qualities, outstanding service to the city, meritorious involvement in humanitarian affairs, and demonstrated concern for governmental process, has been appointed chaplain of the day of the Memphis City Council and is hereby entitled to all the honors, rights, privileges, and prerogatives appertaining to the office and to the display of this certificate given under this seal, the 26th day of November, 2024. Chairman J.B. Smiley, Councilman Ford Canale. Father, would you pray again for us in Spanish?
Right, thank you. Padre Santo, te pedimos que bendigas a este consejo para que les conceda la sabiduría, la inteligencia que necesitan para cuidar a tu ciudad. Protégelos de todo mal. Por Jesucristo nuestro Señor. Amén. In the name of the Father, and Son, and Holy Spirit. God bless you all. Thank you.
Madam Comptroller, you know what to do.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll do the roll call. Councilmember Canale, Carlisle, Cooper Sutton, Easter Thomas, Ford, Green, Logan, Spinoza, Swearingen, Washington, Walker, Warren, White, Chairman Smiley.
Comptroller.
You're welcome. You have a quorum today.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I get into the meeting minutes, we have the chair of the school board, Ms. Joyce Doris Coleman, and Commissioner Otay. Could you please come and address us?
Thank you very much. Ooh, nice. Councilmen and women, I'm Sable Otay, School Board Commissioner for District 5. This is my chair, Ms. Joyce Coleman. I just wanted to come and just give a statement today. And first of all, I want to thank you all for all of the hard work, everything that you're doing for each individual in our city. It is not going unnoticed. But I did feel like we needed to come out here and just make a statement as a voice of the legislation body. So I just want to read this to you guys. Thank you for the opportunity tonight. As a proud member of the Memphis Shelby County Board of Education, we come before you not as only an advocate for our schools, but as a partner in shaping the future of our community. We stand in a pivotal moment for our city and its families. The need for a new high school is not just a board priority, it's a community necessity. Our current facilities have served us well for decades, but they can no longer accommodate the growing students and the evolving demands of our education in the 21st century. With that being said, before the decision before us where to locate this new high school has sparked important conversations about equity, accessibility, and long-term vision for our city. The land board approval for the previous location, we understand we did invest some time, and we appreciate the work that we have and the partnership that we have now newly created with the Cordova Business Association. This is why we are here tonight, not to advocate for a specific location, but to thank you in advance for your partnership. As elected leaders, we share the same goal to ensure that every young person in our community has access to high education and safe and modern facility in which to learn. Together, we have the opportunity to invest in something that we will benefit from generations to come. So again, I am thanking you in advance for your collaboration and working closely with the school board in the coming weeks. We need to pool our expertise, listen to voices of the constituents, and reach a decision that reflects the best interests of our entire city. I'm thankful for, again, the Cordova Business Association, for Mr. Ernie reaching out to us and already getting on finding new locations, which we will be viewing in the next couple weeks to come. This is not just a brick and mortar. It's about creating a space that fosters opportunity, innovation, and a sense of belonging for our students. It's about showing our community when challenges arise, their leaders come together to find solutions. Thank you for your ongoing support of our students, our schools, our educators. I look forward to continue this work alongside with you. Let's not build just a school, but a future that we can all be proud of. So thank you so much for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I don't recall a time when the school board actually came down and greeted the council. I've been on this body for feels like 20 years, but about 5 years now. So I thank you for being here. Thank you for your willingness to collaborate with the council and also the community at large. I think it's so important as we move our community forward that we do it in a way that it builds collaboration and cohesiveness. That's the only way that we're going to get the city to the point where we want it to be. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for your willingness to collaborate with the council and also the community at large. I think, Councilwoman Logan, you have something in the queue? You have something to say? I know you had something to say. I heard it. I heard it.
Feel it's very important for all of us to collaborate, so the right hand knows what the left hand is doing for the betterment of the city, and we look forward to it as well, working, especially Cordova, and those children need a nice school, something that we really are intentional about. We want to see change. We have to be intentional about it, and so I know this body is very much vested in that, and we will be working together with you.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Keep coming. Hopefully this is not the last time we see you all here.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate it. I know y'all see me at trip meetings before, so I really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. We're committed to showing up. You'll see us.
All right now. You have a colleague here.
Yeah.
This is School Board Commissioner Natalie McKinney, who was recently elected. Thank you for being here. You feel free to offer a few words, and after that we're gonna move it to Chairman-elect Canale. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you for entertaining our comments, and I want to recommit what I'm sure that my fellow Commissioner Otea said, is that we are committed to working with you all. So we are going to welcome the partnership and the collaboration. Thank you.
I mean, I think that's how we get our city on track. It's collaboration between various government agencies. So thank you all so much. We look forward to working with you all going forward.
Thank you. We look forward to working with you.
You see Councilwoman Walker taking pictures. We got evidence of this. Evidence. We can work well together. Chairman-elect.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have reviewed the minutes from the November 12th meeting. I find them to be in order and move for their adoption.
Moved by Chairman-elect Canale, seconded by Councilman Espinoza. Madam Comptroller. Is that Vice Chairman-elect?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. White, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes.
Yes, on the minutes.
I've been instructed by Councilman Carlisle to use less titles so we can get through this meeting. So if I drop your titles, blame Carlisle. All right, welcome to the November 26th meeting of the Memphis City Council. Meetings of the council shall be conducted in an orderly manner to ensure the public has the full opportunity to be heard, and the deliberate process of the council is retained at all times. The Sergeant at Arms, Chief Young, has meeting agendas available up front, as well as the coming request cards for members of the public wishing to be heard on a specific item. All those wishing to speak on a specific item must turn in the coming request card to Chief Young before the item is called. If you are not here to speak on a specific item, you can note your request to give general comment at the end of the meeting. As chair, I will only recognize citizens of the city of Memphis that properly registered to speak by submitting a completed comment request card to the Sergeant at Arms. Members of the audience and persons addressing the council will not be permitted to engage in gossip, make defamatory, personal, slanderous, or profane comments, or use abusive, vulgar language. The chairperson of the council may maintain order by giving any persons who are in violation of the stated rules of decorum a warning to cease any violative conduct in order to leave the council chambers, or by giving an order for security personnel to remove any disruptive person in council chambers who refuses to leave voluntarily. These rules are posted on the doors as you enter the chamber and as you pick up the comment request cards. Do we have any hoes, Ashley? I don't think we have any hoes. I don't think there are any hoes.
No, we have.
We do? They were held in committee? Okay. All right. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 1? As I see Councilwoman Swearingen Washington is eager.
Item number 1 is a resolution honoring Miss Linda Bates on her retirement from the Memphis Parks Division, recognizing her dedicated years of service and invaluable contributions to the Memphis community. This resolution is sponsored by Councilwoman Swearingen Washington.
Can I object to her retirement? Oh, no.
Yes.
We already object. What happened? What was the end result?
HR got involved.
I've been trying to talk her out of this for months, and it hadn't
I don't
worked.
know if I want this to happen. All right. Councilwoman Swearingen Washington, go ahead.
It is my pleasure to be able to honor an individual such as Miss Linda. She has done a tremendous job at the Glenview Community Center. She has helped generations of children to have quality experiences, supervising them, having a high standard of the community center and the park, working with the neighborhood associations. She is truly a model. She is going to be missed. She is irreplaceable. I don't know what we're going to do without her. Yes, we're going to cry. But we thank you for your service, and we want to give you your flowers while you live. We don't want to be talking about how wonderful you are when you're not here. We want you to be able to see it and hear it. Whereas the Memphis City Council has the distinct honor of recognizing individuals who've made exceptional contributions to our community. And Miss Linda Bates is a deserving recipient of this recognition for her extraordinary service and dedication to Memphis parks and the local community. Whereas Miss Linda Bates is a graduate of Carver High School, class of 1977, after attending nursing school and graduating as a nursing assistant, she worked for Dr. Paul D. Randolph, the medical doctor, for 16 years before transitioning into a career with Shelby County Schools as a cafeteria monitor in 2004. Whereas in 1984, Miss Linda Bates began her long and impactful career with the City of Parks Commission, starting as a recreational leader at Whitehaven Community Center, where she served for 9 years in 1994. She was promoted to assistant director at Gaston Community Center and later became the director of Glenview Community Center in 1995. Throughout her career, she has been instrumental in providing a variety of programs, activities, and special events that met the needs of the community, fostering a strong bond with the Glenview community and ensuring the center was accessible to all. She has played a key role in the successful remodeling of the Glenview Community Center in 2005, which continues to serve as a vibrant community hub today. And she has remained an active force in providing projects and services to the community through Memphis Parks. Ms. Linda Bates' remarkable achievements include receiving numerous honors, such as the 2002 MCDP Unsung Hero Award, the 2017 Certificate of Excellence and Own It Respected Security Award, the 2016 Unparalleled Performance of Exemplary Dedication, the 2019 Torch Award for dedication to community services from Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and 2017 Project Child Safe Award for the Memphis Firearm Safety. Whereas Ms. Linda Bates has also been an active member of the Glenview Neighborhood Association and received various certifications, including Total Quality Management Training, Fire Extinguisher Training, and completion of the Police Citizens Academy, among many others. She was also awarded the Ovation Wall of Fame certificate and recognized as Coach of the Year for the first winner in ages 13 and 14 boys basketball. Whereas Ms. Linda Bates' tireless efforts and dedication to serving the Memphis community have had a lasting impact, inspiring countless individuals and strengthening the neighborhoods. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the Memphis City Council, proudly recognize and commend the Linda Bates for her outstanding service to the city of Memphis, particularly her invaluable contributions to Memphis Parks and the community. And we extend our deepest gratitude for her unwavering commitment to making Memphis a better place for all. Given by my hand under the great seal of the city of Memphis, this 26th day of November, 2024, Janice Swearingen, Washington, Memphis City Council, District 4. We love you. We're going to miss you so much.
This is a big honor. It's been a long haul. To the city of Memphis, to Memphis Parks, I want to thank you for just letting me be a part of this great city as far as me being an employee. The community is my heart. I will always be a part of the city with whatever you need me for. I enjoy what I do. It was nice. I still enjoy what I do. I'm still working. They still got me doing things, but I appreciate all you being behind me, be behind us. Mr. Walker for putting up with me. Ms. Swerdage, Mr. Smiley, they always would come and check on me. And for the community, they the best. When you go into a community, and when I went there, it was very rough. But now, it's the greatest. I built it up exactly where they want it to be built up. Now you can go through there, and all you see is a lot of smiles, a lot of activities. The community center itself has been growed. Dr. Walker, every time I ask him for something, he always say, "What you want now?" But I have to see to those, my community, whatever they need, I make sure I go out there and get it for them, to build a community back up. Thank you all so much. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to take a break. That's all.
Well, we appreciate you. I think when I moved in Glenview in like 2018, when I moved in Glenview neighborhood, everybody was talking about I had to meet you. When I met you, I understood why. It takes a special person to serve our neighborhood the way you have. So on behalf of myself, you know, all of my friends and family, thank you for serving our community the way it should be served. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, my uncle.
I wasn't gonna come down here, but this my niece. That is my niece. Hard-working person, all her life, even before you start working over there. Yeah, but I just want y'all to know, this is my niece. Yeah, she all out. That's my niece.
Absolutely. Whenever they get done, can we show, have we already shown this proved by acclamation? I'm hopping in this picture, can we take over? Oh. We're busy holding down the quorum.
Madam Comptroller, please show that approved by acclamation. Madam Comptroller, please call item number 2.
Thank you, Mr. Co-Chair. Item number 2 is a resolution approving an honorary street name change at the section of North Court Avenue between Main Street and 2nd Street for Mr. W.J. Michael Cody. This resolution is sponsored by Councilwoman Green, and there's a request for same-night minutes.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman Green, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, fellow council members. It is my distinct honor to have the privilege of recognizing one of the leaders in the Memphis legal community, Mr. Mike Cody, for all his contributions to Memphis, our citizens, and the legal profession. Mr. Cody was one of the pioneering attorneys who worked consistently over the years to advance the basic tenets of justice in our community. I'm glad that Chairman Smiley and Councilwoman White have joined me. Oh, and Judge Donald. Because I'd like your help reading the proclamation because it is long. So, Chair, I'll give you the honor of starting first.
All right, you know I can't see, so it's gonna be a stroke. Whereas on occasion, the Memphis City Council sees fit to name public roads to honor citizens who have served the community. And Mr. W.J. Michael Cody is a citizen whose personal accomplishments and contribution to the city of Memphis are certainly worthy of recognition. And whereas Mike Cody has a stellar educational background, evident from graduating from Rhodes College in 1958 with a Bachelor's of Arts with distinction, Delta Kappa from the University of Virginia in 1961 with a Juris Doctorate from Phi Delta Phi, and receiving an honorary Doctor of Law in 1989 from Rhodes College, where he served as a distinguished adjunct professor since 2008. And
That's where he started.
Yes.
Whereas Mike Cody's legal career spans more than 60 years, he leaves a legacy of professional and public service to the city of Memphis, the state of Tennessee, and the United States legal community. where he began practicing at Birch, Porter, and Johnson in 1961, served on the Memphis City Council from 1975 to 1977, served as the United States Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee from 1977 to 1981, and served as the Attorney General of Tennessee from 1984 to 1988. And whereas Mike Cody has been described as a moving force in the legal community for writing, speaking, and working on hallmark issues at the heart of the city of Memphis and the nation, such as ethics for attorneys, ethics in public service, topics related to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the fairness and morality of the death penalty, and excluding the mentally ill from the death penalty. And whereas Mike Cody has achieved numerous impactful honors and accomplishments, some of which include that he represented Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in court, personally argued 4 cases before the United States Supreme Court, served as an adjunct professor at Lemoyne College, Memphis State University School of Law, Vanderbilt University School of Law, and Rhodes College, was named Best Lawyers Lawyer of the Year for Arbitration and Mediation in the Memphis area in 2024, and was named to the list of Best Lawyers in America from 2006 to 2024. Received the Tri-State Defender Newspaper 65th Anniversary Legend Honor in 2017, helped to establish the Memphis Area Legal Services, and received the City of Memphis's highest honor, the Luminary Award in 2020. And
whereas Mike Cody excelled in a number of sports, particularly running, when he began running track competitively at East High School and later Southwestern Memphis, now Rhodes College, where he was a student. He competed in numerous races and marathon, notably at least 12 Boston marathons, logging well over 80,000 miles during the course of his lifetime. In recognition of his athletic achievements, Mike was inducted into the Tennessee Sports Hall of Fame in 1993 and the Rhodes Athletic Hall of Fame in 1998. Whereas Mike Cody's legacy includes more than a stellar career, a true legacy he leaves behind is the standard of excellence, quality of character, and commitment to service to his family, friends, loved ones, colleagues, and the community. Mike is survived by his wife, Susanna Martin Cody, who's here with us today, his daughter, Jane Cody, Scott Simpson of Corrales, New Mexico, and Mia Cody of Memphis, a son, Michael Cody, who is here with us today, Nicole, 3 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Memphis City Council honors and remembers Mr. W.J. Mike Cody for the lifetime of service that he provided to the city of Memphis and the local, state, and national legal community for over 6 decades, and that this section of North Court Avenue between Main and 2nd shall be designated and always remembered as W.J. Mike Cody Street. We have with us here today Mr. Bix from his firm and his wife, Susie.
Hi, I'm Nathan Bix from Birch, Porter, and Johnson. I have to say you did a good job fitting all of Mike's accomplishments on one page. It's actually could fill up quite a number of books to try to put everything down in writing. But on behalf of the Cody family and his colleagues from Birch, Porter, and Johnson, just want to say thank you for this expression of gratitude. Mike Cody was a community builder and a servant leader. And of course, his picture hangs right over there. So we'd just like to say that this is an appropriate way to enshrine his memory and to say thank you for this honor.
I just want to thank the council on behalf of Mike's family and myself for this very special tribute and remembrance of Mike. I know he would have been deeply honored by this resolution and the naming of the street in his memory. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Councilwoman Green for taking the initiative, and to all of you for passing the resolution.
This is yours, and then we'll take a little before you break out. Can you take a picture of this?
Madam Comptroller, please show that moved by Green, seconded by White, and approved by acclamation.
Thank you.
Nathan, you have to take a knee.
Thank you all for being here. Madam Comptroller, please take us to item number 3.
Item number 3 is a resolution pursuant to Chapter 9.6 of the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code, approving a planned development at the subject property located at 1145 East Brooks Road. This resolution is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is PD 24-11.
Councilman Ford Sr., you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. Committee met, recommends approval, and I so move.
Item was moved by Ford Sr. Can you do so? Seconded by Spinoza. Colleagues, anybody want to hear another presentation from DPD? No one in the queue. Please prepare the voting screens, Madam Comptroller. Council members, please cast your votes.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes.
That item passes. Please call item number 4.
Item number 4 is a resolution pursuant to Chapter 9.6 of the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code, approving a special use permit at the subject property located at 888 North Perkins Road. This resolution is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is SUP 24-36.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilman Ford Sr., you're recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Committee met, recommends approval, and I so move. Yep, I just pushed it. Okay.
Item was moved by Ford Sr., seconded by Spinoza. Colleagues, anybody want to see a presentation? Nobody in the queue, please prepare the voting screen.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please take us to our consent agenda.
That will take us to item number 5 and page 5, a joint ordinance of Shelby County government and the city of Memphis to establish a public-private partnership for cross-governmental collaboration and implementation of policies to promote economic mobility through the appointment of a fiscal agent to provide strategy and oversight of project implementation. This item requires the selection of a fiscal agent who will coordinate between legislative bodies and public, private agencies, provide updates, recommendations, technical support, and fiscal analysis. Up for first reading, ordinance number 5922 is sponsored by Councilwoman Easter Thomas. Item number 6 is up for second reading. Ordinance number 5920 is sponsored by the administration. Item number 7 is also up for second reading. Ordinance number 5921 is sponsored by Chairman Smiley. Item number 8 is an ordinance up for first reading. It's approving a street name change of Park Lane, also known as Bates Alley, to Stereo Alley, located at the east-west right-of-way from the North 2nd Street intersection to North 4th Street. Up for first reading, this ordinance is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is SNC 24-01. The ordinance number is 5923. Item number 9 is also up for first reading. It's a zoning ordinance amending ordinance number 5367 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Memphis, Tennessee, adopted on August 10th, 2010, as amended, known as the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code, to authorize a zoning use district reclassification for land located at 485 North Hollywood Street by taking the land out of the residential single-family use district and including it in the commercial use district. Up for first reading, this ordinance is also sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is Z24-10, ordinance number 5924. Item number 10 is up for second reading. This ordinance is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is Z24-08. The ordinance number is 5919. Item number 11 is a resolution accepting cancellation of the walk, Building G, and releasing bond and a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR 5383. Mr. Chairman, that concludes our fiscal consent. That concludes our consent agenda items.
Thank you kindly. Let me correct this time. This is Chairman-elect for Canali.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee met, recommended approval, and Councilwoman Swearingen Washington has so moved.
Moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Chairman-elect Canali. Madam Comptroller, could you please spread the screen?
Nope, hold on.
Are you, Dr. Easton Thomas, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to put a for number 5 in committee. We had all agreed that we would sponsor this as the Memphis City Council.
Councilwoman Attorney White, you're recognized. Dr. White.
Thank you, Chairman. I need to recuse myself from 5.
Yes, ma'am. Please show Dr. White recused from 5. Anyone else want to recuse themselves? You sure? All right. All right. So technically, if you're going to recuse from 5, you may need to recuse from the entire vote, unless we separate the question.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
Please don't make us separate the question. We have enough voters. So
Okay.
you're just going to recuse from the entire vote?
Yes.
Thank you.
Because of item number 5.
It's consent agenda.
Yes.
So, absolutely. Okay. So can we please show Councilwoman Wright recusing from this entire vote? All right.
Thank you.
Madam Comptroller, could you please prepare the screen for a vote?
I'm going to make a disclosure. I'm going to make a disclosure real quick. On item number 11, it's a monetary bond release. It's mechanical, but because of Carlisle's involvement with the walk, I just need to disclose that there may be a potential conflict, but it has no impact on the vote. So just get that on the record. Yeah.
Thank you for making that disclosure on the record.
Okay, I'm about to do the votes now. Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Please show Logan as voting yes. Swearingen Washington, Walker, yes. White recused, and
Smiley.
On my camera, I have Smiley Chair. Yes.
Absolutely. This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call the fiscal consent agenda number 12 today?
Item number 12 on our fiscal consent agenda is a resolution accepting additional grant funds in the amount of $1,367,200 from the state of Tennessee for the bonus money for in-service training of 1,709 commissioned officers. all council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Police Services, and there is a request for same-night minutes.
Councilman Carlisle, you're recognized. Fiscal consent agenda, number 12, budget chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The city's received this money. There's no recommendation, and I'll move this to the floor.
Moved by Councilman Carlisle, seconded by Vice Chairman-elect Swearingen Washington. Doesn't appear to be anyone in the queue speaking on this particular item. Madam Controller, could you please prepare the screen for a vote? Council members, cast your vote.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call the MLGW Fiscal Consent Agenda 13 through 25?
Thank you.
I know President McGowan will be happy
Item
to
number
leave.
13 is a resolution awarding a 60-month alliance with the option to renew for 2 additional 1-year terms to Cleveland Price Incorporated for air disconnect switches in a not-to-exceed amount of $22 million. Item number 14 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12407, environmental abatement services with General Construction Services Incorporated in the funded not-to-exceed amount of $1,600,000. Item number 15 is a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12408, environmental consulting services with BH&M Environmental Consultants Incorporated in the funded not-to-exceed amount of $8,600,000. Item number 16 is a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 12446, environmental abatement services with Northwest Contracting Services Incorporated to renew the current contract in the funded not-to-exceed amount of $10 million. Item number 17 is a resolution approval of change number 1 to contract number 12435, external corrosion direct assessment with Integrity Solutions Field Services to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $228,000. Item number 18 is a resolution approving change number 23 to contract number 11292, cashiering system replacement with System Innovators to renew and change the current contract in the funded amount of $107,320.31. Item number 19, a resolution approving change number 1 to contract number 12552, formerly contract number C2673, Gartner Advisory Services with Gartner, Inc., to change the scope and extend the contract in the funded amount of $186,646.32. Item number 20 is a resolution awarding contract number 12551, Pure Storage Backup Maintenance to Thomas Galloway Corporation, doing business as Technologent, in the funded amount of $248,864.92. Item number 21 is a resolution awarding purchase order for single conductor covered cable to Universal Scaffold and Equipment in the amount of $449,054. Item number 22 is a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 12378, fleet maintenance with Goodyear Commercial Tire and Service Center to renew the current contract in the funded amount of $950,000. Item number 23 is a resolution approving change number 8 to contract number 12118, generator maintenance and emergency repairs with Common Sales and Service in the funded amount of $125,000. Item number 24 is a resolution awarding contract number 12448, high-speed color production digital printing press to Konica Minolta Business Solutions USA, Inc., in the funded not-to-exceed amount of $376,000 $376,523.28. And our final item is number 25, a resolution approving change number 2 to contract number 1223, Ergonomics Program with the Institute of Health and Human Performance, doing business as Biokinetics, to extend the current contract in the funded amount of $560,616. Mr. Chairman, that concludes our MLGW fiscal consent items.
Thank you, Madam
You're
Comptroller. Councilman Espinoza,
Thank
I
you,
think you
Mr.
want to
Chair.
talk on this.
Yeah, so much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee met, recommends approval, and I so move.
Moved by Councilman Espinoza, seconded by Vice Chairwoman-elect Swearingen Washington. Doesn't appear to be anyone in the queue on this particular item. Madam Comptroller, could you please prepare the screen? Council members, please cast your vote.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 26?
Six on our regular agenda is an appointment to Memphis and Shelby County Redevelopment Agency, Rashida Jones.
Councilwoman Easter Thomas from North Memphis, you're recognized. Dr. Easter Thomas.
Chair, the committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Thank you so much for making that recommendation. Just because you made the recommendation, hope someone seconded. Seconded by Councilman Spinoza. Doesn't appear to be anyone in the queue. Madam Comptroller, you know what to do.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 27?
Item number 27 is a resolution to appropriate funds for Convention Center cover line, CIP project number GS24302, District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Carlisle from Super 9, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee met and recommends approval, and we switch it over on an I so move.
Moved by Councilman Carlisle, seconded by Spinoza. Doesn't appear to be anyone in the queue, Madam Comptroller. Council members, cast your vote.
Canale, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 28?
It should display shortly. Item number 28 is a resolution accepting insurance proceeds in CIP project number GS24107 contingencies totaling $54,309 for water damage in the Mississippi River Museum at Mud Island, increasing allocations by said amount and appropriating these funds in contract construction, District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman Swearingen Washington, you recognize.
Thank you, Chair. The committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Madam Comptroller, please prepare the screen.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes.
This item passes. This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 29?
Item number 29 is a resolution requesting the approval for the sale of city-owned parcel located at 0 Quince Road, Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee, in the amount of $6,000 and further described as parcel ID number 08100300003, District 2, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman, Vice Chair-elect Swearingen, Washington.
Thank you, Chair. The committee met, recommended approval, and I so move.
Moved by Swearingen, Washington, seconded by Councilman Spinoza. Madam Comptroller.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 30, I believe.
Excuse me, 30? Item number 30 is a resolution requesting the approval for the sale of city-owned parcel located at 1632 Brookins Street, 38108 in Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee, and further described as parcel ID number 0430300035, District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Okay, we have one council member in the queue. Councilwoman Swearingen, why do you recognize?
Would you like her to say something first?
Councilwoman Easter Thomas, do you want to speak prior to the motion? You're in the queue. So can we move it first? Councilwoman Swearingen, Washington, can we move it first? Moved by Swearingen, Washington, second by Vice Chair. No, not Vice Chair. Councilman Carlisle. Easter Thomas, you're in the queue. I see Mr. Osborne wants to say a few words. I think it's as amended. All right, Ms. Osborne.
Carlton Osborne, City of Memphis Real Estate, 125 North Main. The adjoining property owner, as recommended by council, we discussed an alternate price for the property owner at $300. She agreed to that, and with the stipulation that the property should be used as a public garden for the period of 2 years. If she does not maintain that use for a period of time of 2 years, then it will revert back to the original price of $2,200 if she decides to sell before that time. Otherwise, she's good, and we made an amendment to the resolution to include that, and we're asking for your approval.
All right, so as amended, Councilwoman Dr. North Memphis Queen Easter Thomas.
Thank you, Chair. And thank you, Mr. Osborne, for the work that your department did. And is he in here? Apologies on the back end to Director Adams, for Chief Adams, for doing that in public. We know better now. But thank you for working it out. And colleagues, also thank you for being a part of that conversation as we talked about how to just make our neighborhoods more accessible for the folks who want to do work in them, and especially in the Douglas community in North Memphis, in the district, and I'm sure there are other places all over the city just like it. We have to just ensure that we're doing our best to be able to support the Memphians who do want to do more in their neighborhoods and in their communities. And so I know Miss Donna and her partner that she's doing for the garden is going to be great for the Douglas community. And hopefully there are more opportunities before it comes to committee, but more opportunities where we're able to support Memphians who are just trying to do the work that makes all of our representation easier. So thank you, Mr. Osborne, for your department for helping it out.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Is there anyone else in the queue? Thank you, Dr. Easter Thomas, for those comments. All right, Pierce, no one else is in the queue. Madam Comptroller, could you please prepare the screen and note this as amended? Council members, please cast your vote.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Logan, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Please show Councilmember Green as voting yes. White, yes. And Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 31?
Item number 31 is a resolution requesting the approval for the sale of a city-owned parcel located at 564 North Mananza Street in Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee, and further described as parcel ID number 0011110000021, District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you. Councilwoman Swearingen Washington, you recognize.
Thank you, Chair. The committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so moved.
Moved by Swearingen Washington, seconded by Easter Thomas. Madam Comptroller, could you please spread the screen for a vote?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item.
Please show White. Did I hear White? Please show White as voting yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 32?
Item number 32 is a resolution to amend the FY 2025 federal budget by accepting and appropriating the expenditures and revenues for the weatherization program grant in the amount of $1,178,517.02. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman Logan, from the first district, you're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. The committee met, recommended approval, and I so moved.
Moved by the Queen of the First District, seconded by, I don't see it, seconded by Councilman Spinoza. Doesn't appear that anyone's in the queue. Madam Comptroller, could you please read the screen? Yes, ma'am. They're moving so fast today. I wonder why. Council members, cast your vote.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 33?
Item number 33 is a resolution to allocate, appropriate, and transfer $1,500,000 from FY 2025 CIP, project number LI01000, Library Cover Line, contract construction to FY 2025 CIP, project number LI01034, FY 25 Library, Central Library, Escalator and Elevator Repair, Contract Construction, District 5, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman Walker, you're recognized.
Mr. Chair. Sure, thank you.
So moved by Councilwoman Walker, seconded by Councilman Espinoza. Doesn't appear that anyone's in the queue. Madam Comptroller, could you prepare the screen for a vote? Council members, please cast your votes. I know we may have some technical issues at times.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
I got you. Madam, thank you. This item passes. For those here for 34, we're going to come back to 34. Madam Comptroller, could you go to 35?
Item number 35 is a resolution to transfer and appropriate additional construction funds in the amount of $1,308,039.58 to an existing contract for Pinch A.W. Willis Sewer, project number SW02144, to fund material cost increases and changes. District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. Councilwoman Swearingen-Washington, you recognize.
Thank you, Chairman. The committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Moved by Swearingen-Washington, seconded by Councilman-elect Chairperson Canali. Prepare the screen.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. Please show White as voting yes, and Chairman Smiley as voting yes.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller. This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 36?
Item number 36 is a resolution authorizing the execution, delivery, and performance of a capital lease in the amount not exceeding $5,900,000 relative to the acquisition of various solid waste vehicles and equipment, and to approve certain other matters relating thereto for the lease. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller.
You're welcome.
Councilwoman Swearingen-Washington, you recognize.
Thank you, Chair. We're so excited to get this new equipment. The committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Moved by Swearingen-Washington, seconded by Councilman Spinoza. Chairman-elect is in the queue, so I'm going to let Chairman-elect do what Chairman-elect needs to do.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With this body's approval, I would like to add item 36 to same night minutes.
As amended.
It appears that all hearts and minds are clear. Without objection, added to same 9 minutes. Can we please note that? All right, Madam Comptroller, there we go.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item 37?
Item number 37 is a resolution to approve a memorandum of understanding with Shelby County government for the purpose of installing solar photovoltaic arrays at the Memphis Zoo using energy efficient and conservation block grant funds from the United States Department of Energy. District 5, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by the administration.
Swearingen-Washington, you recognize.
Thank you, Chairman. The committee met. There was a favorable recommendation, and I so move.
Moved by Swearinger Washington, seconded by Councilwoman Green. Madam Comptroller.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Walker, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number, is it? No, let's go to 34. Joe Kent is eager to speak on this item.
Item number 34 is a resolution approving the 2025 operating capital budgets
Kent,
for the
you're not.
electric, water, and gas divisions.
I'm getting to that. Councilman Spinoza, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We had a special committee meeting yesterday, and we spoke briefly on the budget today, but I want to thank President McGowan and their team for a lot of council members. I want to thank the council members, too. Y'all had great questions this week and all year, but President McGowan and the team have done a great job bringing us info every week. I feel like it's been a great process, so thank you for the hard work. And with that, I so move.
Moved by Spinoza, seconded by Carlisle. We have two comments, cards. Ms. Bennett, Ms. Lisa Bennett. 2 minutes on the clock, please. Name and address for the record. And then the floor is yours.
Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Bennett. I'm a resident of District 1. My address is 4321 Royal Palace Cole. The last time I stood before this body, it was as a member of the redistricting committee. I'd like to speak with you regarding the MLGW budget. I recently attended an event in Harbortown, and the person who organized the event proudly proclaimed that there were no potholes in Harbortown. What does that have to do with MLGW? I recently, last week, did a Facebook Live video regarding a severe pothole issue in my cove. It covers about 2/3 of the cove. What again does that have to do with MLGW? Well, over a year ago, I had to do another Facebook Live video set to public regarding water that had been running for months at the end of my driveway. That water was not, I eventually found out, my responsibility as the homeowner. It was on the city side. However, it was not until that Facebook Live video was done over a year ago of water running for months that someone finally came out to address it. They have come out again, the city of Memphis, this past week to address the potholes, and lo and behold, they said that there will be an issue again because the pipes are not fixed, that the work that they have completed will be an issue again because the water is creating the potholes that covers about 2/3 of the cove. I know that I live in Raleigh. I don't live in Harbortown, but I pay property taxes just like anybody else does. I pay for MLGW just like anybody else does. So as you consider that budget, and I see some of you looking at the timer, I'm looking at it too, but as you consider that budget for MLGW, I want us to look at the infrastructure part of that budget to see how do we determine, what metrics are used to determine which areas are emergencies and which are not, because that water that was running, that was my tax dollars, my neighbors' tax dollars, and the city of Memphis tax dollars running down that drain. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Mr. Kent, 2 minutes on the clock, name and address for the record, and you are recognized.
Joe Kent, 5111 Flamingo. I'd like to thank Doug McGowan and the MLGW for their transparency and quality financials to inform our civic conversation, which could never happen with a non-transparent More for Memphis if passed. So first, the good news, a $20 million reduction in tree trimming costs next year should eliminate the 4% residential only electrical rate increase next year for residential. Put that in your pocket for those concerned about our economically challenged community. Notice you have no one from Memphis hammering MLGW on spending to address the energy burden. MFM wants more taxes and spending. At the same time, MLGW financial documentation shows the following way forward capital upgrade budget increases by the Strickland-esque McGowan administration. The FY24 budget increased from $262 million to $336 million. 25 budget, capital budget, $246 million to $385 million. 26, $206 million to $392 million. 27, $202 to $334 million. And 28, $250 to $301 million, for total increases through FY28 of $582 million. Or said another way, going from $1.16 billion to $1.75 billion for FY24 through 28. Now, the prior council allowed McGowan to give his best shot for his very own 5-year way forward plan budget, and he submitted a $1.47 billion budget, up $260 million from $1.21 billion. A sizable increase, a very basic, fundamental. What should not be happening now after McGowan's best shot is yet another 5-year increase to $1.67 billion. This spike shouldn't be happening, folks. This spike should not be happening right there. Under no circumstance, so back to reality, reject this 5-year budget. Ask the MLGW board to cut it by $300 million, the 5-year budget. And if they can build a new engineering operations center after the $300 million cut,
right,
fine.
Mr. Kent, time. It was red at some point.
Sure. And the engineering ops center is newly in the budget just this year.
Thank you always for your comments. I was anticipating the gun. Councilman Carlisle, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move the previous question.
You're a gentleman, this caller, Councilman Carlisle. Madam Comptroller, could you please prepare the screen? There's somebody in the queue. Oh, the queue doesn't work? Hold on 1 second, Madam Comptroller. I think we have an inquiry from Councilwoman White.
I'm sorry, I was in the back, but I was listening to the question that was from, I don't know who was in the audience, because I was listening, about the infrastructure part.
That's the young lady. You wanted to come back to the mic?
Yeah, what was that question? I'm sorry, y'all.
Do you want to do it in a public forum, or do you want to have?
Well, actually, yeah, we can. Because I guess my question is that directly related to what's going on right now?
Listened to a committee meeting this morning, and part of what was discussed with the MLGW budget in committee meetings is regarding infrastructure. And so the situation that was occurring at my home, again, over a year ago, with water that had been running for months, and there was no response to it until I did a Facebook Live video. Somebody paid for that water. I'd like to know if it was me as the homeowner, because I was not responsible for it. But that is an infrastructure issue.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll get your information and we'll give you a call. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman White. All right, Madam Comptroller, could you please prepare the screen?
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Walker, yes. White, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 38?
Item number 38 is a resolution regarding mental health supports. This resolution is sponsored by council members Green, Spinoza, and Ford Sr. There is a request for same night minutes.
All right, thank you, Madam Comptroller. I don't see my notes. So, Vice Chairman, you recognize. No, Councilwoman Easter Thomas, you're recognized. Easter Thomas, you're recognized.
Chair, I make him in a, I thought I put it, never mind, Sergeant Washington moved it.
She said she didn't. The screen's messing up. There we go.
Okay.
Moved by Easter Thomas, seconded by Spinoza.
There we go.
There are two council members in the queue. Councilwoman Green, you're recognized, followed by Councilwoman Logan.
Bless you.
Thank you, Chair. I want to bless everybody who's sneezing. I want to thank the administration for working with me on this, as well as the MPA and the MPD. It may be rare in our government where we get the union, the administration, the council, everybody all on the same page, but supporting our officers and their mental health means a safer community for us all. And there was a suggestion by Councilman Ford in committee. It was real early, so not everybody was there. So I don't want to speak for everybody who wasn't there, but that all council members be added as sponsors. So,
Absolutely. Count me in. Doesn't appear there is any objection by the body to be added as co-sponsors. All right. Councilwoman Logan, you're recognized. It's not about this one? Okay, well, after this one. Okay. Madam Comptroller, you did right. Council members, please cast your vote.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Walker, yes.
This item passes. Madam Comptroller, could you please call item number 39? I don't know. It's on this. Is there a 39? 39 minutes. Huh? Okay. There's O.
I'm ready.
I take that back. Absolutely trying to confuse me. This brings us to our same night minute items. Councilman Carlisle.
Nope.
Would you please read the same night minutes into the record?
Nope. He's to your left, I'm to your right.
I know that it's 2/11/38.
2/11/12, 36, and 38, Mr. Chairman.
Good. Notice there's no paper here.
Councilman Canelli.
With that, I move it to the
We
floor.
appreciate you overlooking my oversight, because you could be called pretty bad things today. All right, the same night minutes are items 2, 11, 12, and 38. 36 and 38. Thank you. It's been moved by Chairman-elect Canali, seconded by Swearingen, Washington. Councilwoman Logan, are you in the queue on this one? Okay, I'm gonna ask you at the end. I know you want to speak. All right, Madam Comptroller, could you please spread the screen? I said Swearingen, Washington, but you can put whoever you want to put down there. You know, it's almost.
You know you look like that.
It's almost December.
How many people have told you that? Why not?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Ford, yes. Green, yes. Logan, yes. Spinoza, yes. Swearingen, Washington, yes. Chairman Smiley, yes.
All right, this item passes. Councilwoman Logan, you're in the queue. I know you want to say a few words.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate the opportunity. I want to make sure that we respond to my constituent who asked a question. So her question was, does the budget has that been baked in? The infrastructure upgrades been baked into this budget? Was that your question? If you would come back to the mic, because I want to make sure, Ms. Lisa, Ms. Bennett, that we don't overlook your question. Was that your question? Has this budget considered the infrastructure upgrades that are needed and the coordination of divisions to ensure that there's timely responses?
That's partially my question. Yes, thank you, Councilwoman Logan. I think it is important to see what metrics are being used to determine when and where we have emergencies. I do think that there are disparities. Like I said before, I don't live in Harbortown. I don't live on the Poplar Corridor. I don't live in East Memphis. I live in Raleigh. I live in the last city street of Memphis in my area. And it should not have taken over a year for MLGW and Public Works to respond to multiple requests to address those tax dollars flowing down into the drain. So I think it is important when we're looking at infrastructure to determine what metrics are being used to determine where the emergency is.
It's happening. Okay, and I appreciate you asking that. And I do feel you are, you came down here, and we do have President McGowan here to answer that. We didn't answer your question, and I don't want you to be overlooked. I appreciate you coming down. No, you had work and came on down here, so we need to answer that. We did have an extensive, you can come on down, if you would, President McGowan. We did have an extensive presentation on Monday, and then we talked about it today as well. Infrastructure was a huge discussion. There's a lot of money in the budget for that. I want him to also share with you regarding the coordination or improvements that are baked into the budget regarding coordination between City of Memphis divisions and MLGW that can help resolve what happened, and any technology that's coming on board that will help identify situations like that and rectify them. President McGowan, if you would.
Yeah, thank you, Councilwoman. And first of all, my apologies that it took that long for that to be repaired. That is unacceptable. It shouldn't have taken that long. Second of all, I'm assured from our water team that the leak has been repaired. If it's not, then we'll get out there to make sure it's repaired again. But what happened there was an excavation made to repair a water leak. The water leak was unsuccessfully repaired. It was finally repaired. Then it took some time for us to repair that asphalt because we had a steel plate over there. As you know, last year we talked about a paving contract for MLGW, which is who we used to go back and fill those. We had a contractor we put under contract. He failed. We rebid the contract, and we just now have the new asphalt contractor under contract. So that's one of the reasons why you see a number of steel plates around the city. We have some catching up to do from that lapse when we did not have an asphalt contractor. On the point of coordination, yes, the city engineer and I have talked about how we can coordinate better. He has given us some latitude for how we do steel tap and lead service line replacements across an entire neighborhood, and then come back and then do a whole lane's worth of repaving instead of individual cuts. I think that's going to provide a better quality. But to the young lady who had the issue here, that's an issue of internal coordination to make sure that we never let those drop through the crack. This isn't a function of neighborhood because it doesn't have anything to do with the city of Memphis city limits. We serve all of Shelby County, so whether you live in Millington or in the southeastern part of the unincorporated area or in the heart of the city of Memphis, if we've cut your street and there's an infrastructure fault there, we need to fix it, and we need to fix it timely. And so we have a commitment. We have a brand new vice president of gas and water engineering and operations, and she has a brand new team with her who is committed to rectifying and making sure that we are much faster at what we do. So we take pride in what we do, and this is an area that we know we can improve on, and I'm sorry that it took that long to get that repaired. And I'll make sure with our team that that specific water repair is good before we do the final coat of asphalt on it. If it's not, we'll make sure it's corrected. But I heard about this, and as soon as we did, we dispatched the team out there to make sure it was corrected. I think Ms. Easter Thomas may have brought it to our attention, and then you brought it to our attention.
She had called it in.
And so we immediately sent the team out there. But absolutely more coordination is necessary. We can improve in a lot of areas, and this is one that we're committed to improving.
And about the technology, I know that you all had a lot of software upgrades and technology infrastructure upgrades baked into the budget. Will any of that improve the coordination or your ability to deploy services where work has been done, so it won't just sit there?
Absolutely. So some of this goes to our ability to dispatch more effectively and move away from paper products and into a mobile dispatch and electronic dispatch. So that's part of what we're doing. That's going to take a couple of years to fully implement, but that is going to get us there, along with the technology we have with things like drone surveillance of our overhead infrastructure lines so they can identify breaks before they actually occur, and we can identify failures that need to be fixed. So there's a whole suite of improvements we're doing for able to identify and improve our infrastructure before there's a failure.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And I wanted you to know that, Mr. Bennett, we didn't just arbitrarily just approve the budget, but did have extensive questions and time of insight on what did the budget actually entail and how would it, be a better service delivery model for our constituents, the consumers, the customers. One thing I would ask is that when, you came and told us about the contractors, the plates and all of that, but the constituents and the customers may not know all of the things that you all are going through, trying to get a new contractor to come out and put a plate down. So if the customer service department could figure out a way to inform the resident when there's work going on, if there's been a delay and what to expect, I think that would have been a great service and a benefit to this customer in this situation, but most when there's work being done this was in her driveway, so sure. I totally understand. And if you all could, when you come back with that other information that we talked about on Monday, would you bring that to show what can be done to inform customers when there's work being done and there's a delay?
Sure. And one thing is some early promise there as we're doing the lead service lines. Our trucks are now all equipped with magnets on the side because people say, what are you doing? Well, it says lead service line replacement underway, and there's a QR code they can scan to get all the information so that while we're on your street, you can see what we're doing on your street. And so I think there's some early promise there, and that's something we can do for things like this as well. But we'll bring it back to you, Councilwoman, for sure.
Thank you so much, and I'm so glad to hear that. Did you just say you were putting the QR codes on the trucks?
Yes, ma'am. So when our trucks go out to do those lead service line replacements, oftentimes we hear these trucks are digging up the street. I don't know what's happening. We usually do door hangers and we do an announcement, but not everybody gets it. So on the side of the truck, it's a magnet that says lead service line replacement crew. For more information, QR code and a website where you can go get the information there to see what's happening on your street.
Well, I'm glad to see you do that. That was one of the recommendations from the Blight Task Force.
Yes, ma'am.
And so hopefully the code, all of the administration that's here, if you want to see how to get it done, we'll be able to see it there because the council approved that, and that was one of the recommendations last year. So thank you for that. Did that give you some better insight? Okay, Ms. Bennett, thank you so much. And you all can talk offline, but I wanted to make sure we answered you and didn't just overlook it. Thank you. I appreciate it, President Mayor. Thank you, Chair. Appreciate
Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank you, President McGowan. Councilman Walker.
Thank you, Ms. Bennett, for taking out the time and coming to share your concerns. I appreciate you and good to see you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Colleagues, at this point, we will move to public comment. Charles Moss. If you would state your name and address, sir, you have 2 minutes. You may begin when you get to the podium.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Charles Moss. My address is 6768 Kirby Lawn Cove, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm here today. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was born and raised here in Memphis, Tennessee. As an African-American man, walked these streets, learned from these communities, and benefited from the programs, opportunities that shaped my life. I know firsthand the power of support, mentorship, and access to the... Somebody say something?
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were stopping me. I'm sorry.
No, I was trying to count heads.
And access to the resources that truly make a difference. More for Memphis isn't just an initiative, it's the heartbeat of our city, lifting up the families, the youth, and neighborhoods that make this city so rich with culture, strength, and potential. This is an organization that has dedicated itself to ensuring our young people have the opportunities to grow, thrive, and reach heights that we know that we're capable. Growing up in Memphis, I was blessed to be a part of programs that allowed me to be myself, whether it was sports, arts, or community projects. I had the space to learn, fail, and to rise. These programs didn't just teach me skills, they taught me about resilience, discipline, and the value of community. These are lessons that I carry with me every single day. And that's why More for Memphis is so important, because it's just not about providing a space for our young people. It's about equipping them with the tools they need to succeed. It's about empowering families with the resources that build strong, self-sustaining communities. We know the power of the city, the heart of the people, the soul of our community, and the incredible promise that exists in every young person. But too often, it's that promise that gets overlooked, underfunded, or forgotten. More for Memphis is here to change that, to ensure every child, no matter their background, has access to the kind of opportunities that will allow them to grow into leaders we know they can be. We need More for Memphis to stay grounded in this city, rooted in our communities, because it's just not what they are doing today, it's about our future that they are building for tomorrow. The impact that this initiative will be felt for generations to come. This isn't just about creating more opportunities, it's about creating lasting change. Let's show the world that we are in the city that invests into our young people, that believe in the power of family, and that is committed to lifting each other up. More for Memphis is a beacon of hope. It's something we know we must continue to nurture and support. Let's make sure the next generation has more opportunities, more love, more guidance, potential realized. Together, we can make Memphis the city that not only dreams, but works even harder to make those dreams a reality. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Moss. Thank you for those words. Brianna Scott. Name and address, please.
Hello, my name is Brianna Scott, 6099 Braxton Lane. I was born and raised in Memphis. I'm an educator, mentor, and advocate for improved health care for my community. I currently serve as my mother's full-time caregiver who's disabled, as well as run a business to support us. For that very reason, educating my community around health decisions is my passion. If I don't understand anything, I understand we need resources. This is the start to bringing those resources. I've been doing this work for 10 plus years. I personally believe no community-based organization has ever put together a comprehensive plan with as much input from the community as More for Memphis. They have engaged with us for more than 3 years during the development of this plan, bringing together public and private partners with actual lived experiences to create a plan by the community for the community. The icing on the cake is that they did this while also engaging with the city, county, school board, and all administrations to make sure that this plan will actually be effective. To look at this plan and say that it is not well thought out or not thoroughly vetted with the community and public officials is absolutely false. These people are bringing $100 million in much-needed resources for Memphis and Shelby County, and all you have to do is cooperate. Why would you stand in the way? They're not asking for money. They want to give money to the city and county and just want you to cooperate to help Memphis. What's wrong with that? Thank you.
Well done, Ms. Scott. Thank you so much. Beverly Galladay. Nope. Amber Sherman.
Amber Sherman, 6070 North Belgrove Cove. I was watching the committee meeting today when, once again, the city admin came to this body and asked for more funding in the name of unexpected circumstances. The lack of fiscal transparency around the damage caused by Mayor Strickland and his trash administration isn't being called out enough for me. And it's insane that they keep coming to y'all and asking for more money and not providing detailed information on why they need the money. The same news sources that y'all quote when you're talking about how many murders have happened is the same news sources right now reporting that crime in downtown is down 27%. So why are we even considering a downtown command center? It's not necessary, and most importantly, people have told this body over and over they want their tax dollars focused on other things like park services, youth investment, and infrastructure, like we've heard today. I implore this body to continue to ask hard questions and listen to what the people have said they want investment in. Now isn't the time to give ridiculous amounts of money towards security downtown in an attempt to please white business owners who are just afraid of Black people, yet they want to run businesses in a majority Black city. This body is accountable to all Memphians, not an elite business community, and I implore y'all to continue putting the people first.
Thank you, Ms. Sherman. Colleagues, that concludes our public comment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. I don't have a card.
That's all we have. All right. This committee council meeting is adjourned. It's a lot. Council members, they did find cards. All right, we're gonna hear the 4 or 5 public comments. Ms. Johnson, come on down. 2 minutes on the clock. Oh, Centuria?
Centuria Johnson, 4422 Hickory Hill Road, Memphis, Tennessee, 38141. Ladies and gentlemen, gather round for the latest episode of Memphis Mismanagement. The saga continues. Today, we delve into the curious case of our esteemed city council, who, despite their valiant efforts, have yet to master the art of operating a 4-mile trolley line. And now, with unwavering confidence, they propose to oversee the grandiose More for Memphis initiative because, naturally, if you can't handle a trolley, you're perfectly equipped to manage a multi-million-dollar project. Makes sense, right? Let's take a stroll down memory lane. Our beloved trolleys, the pride of downtown Memphis, have been out of commission more times than they've been operational. Brake issues, financial missteps, and general aura of confusion have plagued this simple transit system. One might think that managing a short trolley line would be a walk in the park, but alas, it's proven to be more of a stumble in the dark. Enter More for Memphis, a sweeping initiative promising economic mobility and systemic change. The same council that couldn't keep the trolleys on track now assures us they're ready to steer this colossal project to success. It's akin to handing the car keys to someone who just crashed a bicycle. But fear not, dear citizens, for our council's optimism knows no bounds. In a recent meeting, Commissioner Brittany Thornton shed light on the tangled web of political contributions and potential conflicts of interest surrounding this initiative. It appears that Tennessee Prospers, a political donor organization linked to Seeding Success, has been generously funding the campaigns of those now poised to vote on More for Memphis, because nothing says trustworthy governance like a good old-fashioned pay-to-play scheme. But wait, there's more. Our city's leadership in their infinite wisdom has managed to attract the attention of the FBI. Yes, the Federal Bureau of Investigation is now watching our municipal melodrama unfold. Perhaps they're fans of political theater, or maybe they're just concerned about the blatant conflicts of interest and potential misuse of taxpayer funds. Either way, it's comforting to know that our city's antics have reached a national audience. So as we watch this drama unfold, let's take comfort in knowing that our city's leadership is consistently overpromising and under-delivering. If history is an indicator, more for Memphis might just become more of the same. But hey, at least we'll have front row seats to the spectacle. Thank you.
Monique Wade, come on down. 2 minutes on the clock. And if you know you're gonna speak, could you go and make your way toward the front? Xavier Wade, Diamond Johnson, make your way to the front.
Monique Wade, 4400 Hickory Hill Road, Memphis, Tennessee. Esteemed members of the Memphis City Council, I stand before you today as a concerned citizen deeply troubled by the proceedings surrounding the More for Memphis initiative. It is alarming that despite the significant financial implications of this project, not concrete evidence has been presented to substantiate the availability of the proposed $1 million in funding. This lack of transparency not only undermines public trust, but also raises serious questions about the due diligence exercised in this process. Furthermore, the potential conflict of interest among council members cannot be ignored. It has come to light that Tennessee Prosperous, a political donor organization linked to Seeding Success, has contributed to the campaigns of several council members who are now poised to vote on this initiative. This situation presents a clear conflict of interest, as personal financial relationships may unduly influence public decision-making. In light of these concerns, I urge the following actions. Number one, immediate disclosure. Provide verifiable documentation confirming the existence and source of the $100 million in funding for the More for Memphis initiative. The public deserves to know where and how these funds are being secured. Number two, recusal of conflicted members. Any council member who has received campaign contributions from entities associated with this initiative should recuse themselves from voting to maintain the integrity of this council and uphold public trust. Number three, ouster proceedings. Initiate ouster proceedings against any council member who voted on this initiative without disclosing their relationship with Mark Sturgis, CEO of Seeding Success and the More for Memphis initiative. Such non-disclosure violates ethical standards and betrays the trust of the citizens they serve. By addressing these issues with transparency and integrity, we can work together to build a Memphis that truly serves its people. Let us not allow the promise of progress to be overshadowed by a lack of accountability. The citizens of Memphis are watching, and we do expect our elected officials to act in our best interest. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Xavier Wade. Name and address for the record. And 2 minutes on the clock. The floor is yours, good sir.
Xavier Wade, 5940 Bishopdale Drive. Memphis City Council. My name is Xavier Wade, and I stand before you today as a proud 21-year-old native of this city I call home. I come before you not just as a voice, but as a representative of our youth carrying both hope and a heavy heart. From an early age, I've dreamed of serving Memphis, of being part of its journey toward growth and improvement through honest public service. Yet recent events surrounding the More of Memphis initiative have unveiled a troubling reality, one of corruption that threatens to overshadow our dreams. It pains me to witness the very injustices we only heard rumors about. As a young black man in this city, I feel the weight of double standards pressing down on my shoulders. If I were to approach you and claim this access to substantial funds like $100 million without clear proof, I would be met with skepticism. And yet for some with power, words seem to carry a value greater than their truth. This inequality cuts deep, not just as a personal grievance, but as a breach of the trust that the people of Memphis place in their leaders. But I guess if you already benefited from the More from Memphis, Seeds to Success, or Tennessee Prosperous, you already have all the proof you need. We need leaders who are held accountable, who uplift their constituents above their ambitions. and who shine brightly as examples of their integrity. I urge you to consider what message this sends to the young people of our city. How can we encourage the next generation to enter public service when they see integrity sacrificed for personal gain? How can we expect them to trust a system that appears to favor dishonesty over righteousness?
Hey, Mr. Wade, quick question for you. I've heard the comments about more from Memphis, but I don't know what your issue is. Could you articulate what the issue is with the more from Memphis?
No further comment on it. I would just hate to see all you all.
Okay, go ahead.
I would hate to see you all destroying your promising futures and lives by being convicted for criminal misconduct. Ask yourselves, is a campaign donation worth your freedom?
Okay, thank you. Can somebody articulate what's the issue with more from Memphis? Yeah. Not you, Mr. Kent. Not you.
Yeah. Why not?
Hold on.
Mr. Kent,
So, quick question for you. So you are speaking on the issue, you don't?
No, we are speaking on behalf of both Memphis, on behalf of
Dr. Gerald Kiner. So you don't know what the problem or the issue is with more from Memphis? If you spoke on it as if it was a problematic issue, and I'm giving you an opportunity to articulate to us why it's an issue. Because I think I end every council meeting the same way. I say, the council appreciates participation. What makes government run smoothly and run best is when we have active participation for the public. But if you come in reading a script and you can't articulate to me what the issue is, I'm more concerned about the authenticity of what's being presented to this body. We've heard allegations of criminal misconduct, but no one can tell me what the issue is who's already spoken. I know Joe Kent is well read. He reads every single thing, and we understand that, but I just have a hard time, accepting it as something authentically true to you if you can't tell me what's wrong with it. Mr. Kent, come on down. You're on the Miss Jackson, it's Diamond Jackson and Joe Kent, but Joe Kent, the floor is yours.
Joe Kent, 5111 Flamingo. The Greater Memphis Chamber wants massive tax increases fully shouldered by small business and residents for the bunkering of massive amounts of public funding in non-transparent public privates like More for Memphis. The issue is non-transparency, bottom line. And while the Chamber conspires with the county to botch the workforce development system to the detriment of the local economy, and while the Chamber joins Mayor Young in the delusional touting of accomplishments that resembles a holiday reproduction of the enchanted farce, the public is being snowed. And while the Chamber also publicly bullies their executive director of the Greater Memphis Workforce Development for Amber Covington out of her job, I know how it feels. The punk Chamber violated me too. The Chamber is a business association, not an economic workforce development agency that represents the needs of major corporations, developers, and themselves to the detriment of the local economy. That is it. More for Memphis is redundant, non-transparent Memphis Tomorrow $1 billion installment branch of local government, with Memphis Tomorrow being a 20-year failure. Now, MFM wants to be treated as a branch of public government without the accountability of public transparency. Public transparency is the issue. The MFM flies in the face of anything that would, for example, check problematic management agreements. Any installment of anything like Seeding Success and More from Memphis should require monthly current financials, annually audited financials, public board meetings, and the requirement for both to answer public information requests. Annually audited financials are useless alone and provide only a departmental level transactional summary that happened on average 1 year ago. All of the above is not part of this ordinance, so reject the More from Memphis ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kent. Ms. Johnson.
Okay, can I answer your question?
Go ahead. Let her answer my question before we start the clock.
Okay, the answer to your question is the issue is not with the More from Memphis, it's with the city council.
Okay.
Also, racism is the issue. We would like to know why Black organizations cannot get more access, like More from Memphis and things of that nature. And so, can I start with my?
Oh, yeah, so More from Memphis is not a city entity. And then there was also a comment about MATA and oversight of MATA in terms of getting trolleys. That's not the city council's function in terms of controlling where the trolley lines go. This is the function of the administration.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Diamond Johnson. My address is 4400 Hickory Hill. How many of you have received campaign contributions from Tennessee Prosperous? Don't all speak at once. I wouldn't want anyone here to catch a case of selective amnesia. Ladies and gentlemen of the Memphis City Council, it seems we have a fascinating predicament on our hands. From where I'm standing, it looks like more for Memphis and its architects are already running the city, or at least they're gearing up to. So let's make it official. Hand over your charter and let Mark Sturgis and his friends at Tennessee Prosperous handle it all. Why waste everyone's time pretending otherwise? You've demonstrated remarkable enthusiasm for letting them dictate how taxpayer funds are managed without proof, without scrutiny, and apparently without a care in the world. If you are so eager to cede authority, why not go all the way? Let More for Memphis write the rules, collect the taxes, and distribute the funds as they see fit. You're already co-sponsoring ordinances for them like it's a group project. Why not step back and let them take credit too? Oh, and don't worry about transparency or accountability. If someone dares to ask about that alleged $100 million funding, just wave your hands and say, we trust them. Trust is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Especially when it doesn't require proof or evidence. It's almost poetic. But let me get serious for a moment, because while this might sound absurd, what's happening here is no laughing matter. I'll be filing a formal complaint with the Department of Justice to investigate the blatant corruption surrounding this ordinance. How many of you sat in private meetings with Mark Sturgis? How many of you were lobbied by Tennessee Prosperous, and how many of you failed to disclose those ties before pushing this ordinance forward? You swore on oath.
Excuse me, Ms. Johnson, your time is up. But what I will say, those accusations made as it relates to council members breaking law, that could be further from the truth. These members work hard to serve the people of Memphis, but also I think the concern is more so about Black nonprofits receiving funding. The Memphis City Council has community grant programs available for everyone to apply. I think each year we've given about over $2 million to nonprofits in the community, and the majority of them are Black-owned nonprofits. And I'm very clear about that. You can go on the City Council website, and there is a community grants list. You can go through the list of organizations that the council has allocated funding to. And I guarantee you, because you all live in Southeast Memphis, I think the gentleman said he lives on Bishop Hill. I'm very familiar with that community. And I know for sure some organizations on there serve that particular community. But feel free to apply for council grant program. This council does a really good job of supporting organizations in the community. And More for Memphis is an organization in the community. If the council chooses to support More for Memphis, I want you to be assured that the council has done its due diligence, like we do our due diligence every single time when it comes to supporting nonprofits. But also, when we talk about, particular organizations trying to push a particular agenda, Councilwoman Jerry Green is going to do a research. Councilwoman White is going to do a research. Councilman Spinoza is going to do research. And Councilman Ford is going to do this council. And I've been very critical of elected officials for a very long time. This council is built a little bit different. We don't rubber stamp anything. If you hear us vote for something in the first committee meeting, and that's all this happened, it was the first one. It requires 3 readings to become law. First reading, we let it get through. Second reading, we let it get through. In the third reading, if Councilman Carlisle was here, he will attest to the fact that we ask a lot of questions, even if we believe it's something we should support. So don't cast judgment just because we've done something in the first meeting. Wait till it's time for us to actually make a decision. But this council is the best council I've seen in my 37 years on this earth. It's really good with people who do a really good job looking at the information and asking tough questions. If you saw the committee, You saw Councilman Carlisle, Councilwoman Cooper Sutton, who's online, and Councilman Green and Easter Thomas and Walker asking very direct questions to the administration. And to be direct, the administration couldn't answer it. And since they could not answer those questions, we said we're going to hold that particular item. So don't cast judgment on us. Allow us to go through the deliberate process. But I understand your concern. Apply for council grants. And thank you for showing up. I really believe that government works best when we have active participation from the public.
Chair.
Thank you.
Can I?
Thank you.
Councilwoman Green.
Say one thing. I find it troubling that from the public dais, we have had multiple threats posed towards council members today. It is fine and right if you think we are acting illegally or unethically to file your complaint, but to threaten us with complaints before votes are cast, I believe is covered at the beginning of every meeting and is not allowed. So I suggest to whoever is writing these speeches for you all to read, that you consider carefully before you come and read them again, and they consider carefully before they write them, because we will not, as a body, allow threats to be made that could influence any votes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for being here. Please
Thank
come
you.
back again. And I think we already entertained a